If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, December 20th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Katie Ledecky has had an amazing year in the pool, and it's not over yet. This weekend she'll be in Scotland at the Duel in the Pool, racing for Team USA. Before she headed over to Scotland, she sat down with our own Shoshanna Rutemiller at the Speedo Tom Dolan Invitational to talk about a lot of things, including that great 1650 freestyle at the USA Swimming Nationals.
Here with Swimming World Swimmer of the Year, Katie Ledecky at the 2013 Speedo Tom Dolan Invitational. Katie just came off the Winter Nationals where she set the American record in the 1650 freestyle. Before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about Tom Dolan. So you just swam the 200 fly and 50 freestyle, right? Yep. So, I mean, if you can, how does a 200 fly compare to a 1650 free?
It's very different. I always have to remind myself before non-freestyle events what stroke I'm doing and make sure I dive in and swim the right stroke. So I had fun this morning swimming it. I'll be swimming it again tonight, and just trying to get some good racing in here.
That's great. I mean, do you ever get looks when you're behind the blocks at, you know, an age group meet, like, oh my gosh, that's Katie Ledecky, and how do you react to that?
I guess a little bit. It's fun to swim at meets like this and swim with my teammates here, and they're doing so well, and just having fun in this environment.
All right, well, moving on, let's get into some of your recent accomplishments on the big scale. So, last week, your American record at the Winter Nationals, you shattered Katie Hoff's previous record by nearly 10 seconds. Did you expect that, first of all?
No, not really. I was having a pretty good meet, and I usually swim well when the mile's the last day, and my best time was from Nationals last year, and I had progressed throughout the year, and I figured I was going to drop some time, but I wasn't really expecting that much, so it was a nice surprise, though, and it felt really good.
Oh, I'm sure it did. And I mean, I just briefly glanced over your splits, but you were holding 27 highs, 28 lows for the entirety of that race. How do you practice that kind of control?
Just doing it every day in practice, hitting those splits, and just racing it. I settle into the pace pretty easily in the races because I've done it in practice a million times. So that's what.
So, I mean, maybe just give me a typical set of what you do.
I don't know if I can give you a typical set. We just do a lot of different stuff. Every week there's a mix of sprinting and longer distances. So we mix it up, and I guess sort of train for the 500 mostly, and I'm able to go down and go up.
Well, you certainly were able to in that mile. So, I mean, let's continue talking about kind of the technique of the 1650. You know, when you talk to your coach, Bruce Gemmel, beginning of the race, does he give you a breakdown in chunks of how you should split it, or when you should bring your legs into it? What's kind of a pre-race talk with Bruce?
Yeah, well, he doesn't give me splits or anything to hit, and he's not too specific. I think that's because it's sort of up to us to decide what we want to do when we get in the race. So before the mile at Nationals, he told me to control my legs the first 300 or 400, basically not kick during that time. So that's what I did, and that really helped my race because I was able to gradually bring in the legs, and I found that that's something that's really helped.
And okay, so moving on a little bit, but still staying in distance, what do you think your greatest strength is in the distance events?
Probably my consistency with hitting those paces and being able to start out fast and hold on to that pace. So I've always been good at going out fast, and I've worked on my back half, so when I can put the two together, it usually turns out pretty well.
What's your family history in sport? I mean, is your dad or did your mom swim or do any sort of sports when they were growing up?
Yeah, my mom swam in college, so she's mainly the swimming side of the family, and then my dad did sports when he was growing up, played baseball, and my grandma she swam a little bit, so I have a little bit of swimming, but my mom never pushed me into swimming or anything like that. My brother wanted to join a summer league swim team when I was 6, he was 9, so I just went along for the ride and had fun with him growing up, starting to swim. And actually, I think it was about 2003, we came to a nationals here at Maryland, and it was right before we started swimming, and we met Michael Phelps and like all these Olympians, and then we started swimming that fall, so it's neat to be swimming here.
Yeah. I mean, did that kind of spur you into taking swimming to the next step?
Yeah, well, it was when I was 6, so it was when I was just starting, but definitely seeing those kind of swims just made me more excited about swimming, and started me off.
And then what, only 8-10 years later, you were on an Olympic team with Michael Phelps?
Yeah, that was pretty surreal. So.
Oh gosh, I believe that. Okay, so before you take on, a race, do you have anything you do to relax or any pre-meet rituals? Nothing in particular. It varies from meet to meet. Usually just stretch a little bit and have a good warm-up. I don't listen to music or have anything in particular, but yeah. Just Are you more of a get inside yourself type of swimmer, or do you like to be around your teammates a lot?
I like to be around my teammates. Just in environments like this too. I have a lot of teammates here, and we just sit and talk and cheer each other on and race.
Oh, that's great. So you're leaving for the duel in the pool on Monday, and so that means you have a day buffer right now between this and Monday. What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going to train tomorrow.
Okay. And so what are you looking forward to at the duel in the pool?
Just some great racing and being a part of another U.S. team. Should be a really exciting meet. It's scored, so it'll be very competitive, and Scotland should be really nice, and it should just be a great experience. I've never swum short course meters in a real environment, so that should be interesting, and I'm just really excited about it. Yeah.
Do you have any goals you'd like to share?
Not in particular. I don't really know short course meters times very well, but I definitely just want to get up and race the other swimmers and see what I can do.
Who do you think your biggest competitor there is going to be?
I'm not sure. The U.S.
Yourself?
No, I don't know. I always just race the clock and try to go a good time, and whether that's whether that beats some people, then great. But I definitely want to try to get as many points as I can for the U.S. team. That's going to be the main goal, I think, for everybody at the meet, is getting points for the team, because that's what that meet is all about.
Are you considering this a taper meet?
Sort of. I don't really know. I just do whatever Bruce tells me to do in practice every day. So I'll be rested enough to swim pretty well.
All right. And do you know who you're rooming with right now?
No. We can find that out when we get there.
Oh, okay. But anyone you don't want to room with?
No.
Oh, I'm just kidding. So, you're representing Team USA in international competition. What is that like, and how is everyone treated, on the pool deck and in, the international cities and in the community?
Yeah, it's a really special culture, I think, that the U.S. national team has. We're really engaged in each other's racing and experience there, so just being on a team with a lot of great U.S. swimmers is a great honor to get to know them and observe what they do and cheer for them and be a part of a team with them. We just have a lot of fun, and I can't wait for Scotland.
Have you been to Scotland before?
No, I haven't. I'm really excited.
That's great. And so, Swimming World TV viewers, I don't know if you know this, but Well, hopefully you do. Katie Ledecky is on our current magazine cover. She is our female world swimmer of the year. And so how do you feel being on the cover?
Oh, it's a great honor. Really honored to be on it. Got in Swimming World for a while. My mom got Swimming World when she was younger, so it's really, really special.
Yeah. And she has a nice photo shoot going into it. What was that day like?
Oh, it was fun. It's fun to just get dressed up and take pictures. Yeah, it's fun.
All right, well, maybe we'll see you on more covers in the future. With the way you've been swimming, I mean, who knows?
Thanks.
Well, Katie Ledecky, thank you so much for talking to Swimming World TV, and good luck in finals tonight.
Thanks.
She's going to be swimming the 200 fly and 50 freestyle.
Yeah, and I think probably a relay too.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And, good luck at Duel in the Pool.
Thanks.
We'll be following you closely.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Katie for taking time out of her busy day to talk to Shoshanna, and our thanks to you for joining us. We'll be back on Monday with another edition of the Morning Swim Show, and we look forward to seeing you then. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.